Dragon, dragon, ride the dragon, Dragon Ball Z. That's the joke. That's the bit. Are my bits getting worse? Are they actually getting worse? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Month! We're back in this lovely game that we have never had any trouble with, ever. Especially not last time we were in this game. Let's jump down, honestly. I love jumping down. You can't even, like, fly in the middle of the falling. You just have to wait till you fall. Because you take no fall damage. It's just really satisfying to fall from a really high height and then take no damage. It's like rolling after you're about to fall a whole bunch in one of the 3D Zelda games. That's a good time. Anyways, last time we were in Dragon Ball FighterZ and we did a tournament with Super Saiyan Goku, who we never showed off his level 3. I'm sorry about that. He goes Super Saiyan 3. It's cool. Tien, and we blew up Chaozu one time, and Frieza, who did go Golden Frieza. It was a time. And today we're here doing some parallel quests with the characters you can see in the title of the video. And to start appropriately so, we're gonna start with a I called it a technicality. There are 31 of the fully, how many stars is that? 7-star quests, parallel quests, and we're starting with 80. Really? 80? The Return of the Giant Ape Fest. That Super Festival is back. This time the Golden Ape appears. Protect Earth from the wild giant apes. Okay, I'm gonna level with y'all. I need to level with y'all because this is kind of a cop-out. So, with all the characters and fighters, if we divided them up into 3, there's kind of an issue with doing that, because there are 38 characters and fighters. That's not divisible by 3. So if we were to have 3 people per episode, so we got teams of 3 and fighters, and 3 parallel quests per episode in Xenoverse, there's one we'd have to do, at least one exactly one we would have to do twice. We'd have to play as a character twice. I decided the best way to do that, I could have done Frieza. I could have done one with Frieza and the Namek Saga and Golden Frieza later. Oh boy, maybe I should have just done one with Frieza and the Namek Saga, goodness. But there was, as I said, there wasn't a good one to do with Final Form Frieza and the Namek Saga. So, I chose GT Goku. Because Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Kid GT Goku are different characters in Xenoverse. So we're just going to be using them twice. Luckily, they didn't end up the same episode, so you can't actually have 2 of the same character, the exact same character on a team in Fighters. So that's great. And the reason I'm doing this one, even though the only commonality to have Super Saiyan 4 Goku is Great Ape Baby there, even though we're fighting other Great Apes and Super Janemba for some reason. This is just kind of a weird one, in general. I think it's based in, because I think there was like a, Great Ape Fest, here you go. This is from Xenoverse 1, and then part of DLC they added Golden Great Ape. In fact, I think there's another one later that's just fighting Golden Great Ape. It's this one. But the reason we're not doing this is because if you beat it, we have to fight Goku. I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And I'm not about to fight Goku with Goku, so that's why I went to this one. Where it's just the same battle, but we have to fight more Great Apes and then defeat all enemies. So we're gonna do that. So let's do. Oh, and it said if we do it with Jacko and Pan surviving, they're gonna be in different parts of the fight. Then we have to defeat all enemies. Yeah. Well, let's go. He's right here because he's our boy. Not a DLC character in Xenoverse 1, but I do remember there was an early unlock for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Yeah, he was like an early unlock character in Xenoverse 1 for pre-ordering the game, I think, along with some like special costumes for your created character. And he, I remember I destroyed a lot of the early parallel quests with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. It was a good time. And I also think that Super Saiyan 4 Goku, yeah, I do remember this clearly, because Super Saiyan 4 Goku is one of the hardest characters to get in Xenoverse 1, because you have to beat, not necessarily like do Ultimate Finish, but I think you have to beat all of the base, I think there's 100 in that game too, the base parallel quests in Xenoverse 1, not including DLC ones. I remember there's a specific one you need to do to get certain other characters, like one of Vegeta's costumes. But yeah, I do remember for Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you had to do every parallel quest, and there was another way to get Vegeta, but I got him early unlocked, so. And didn't you have to get characters like, well, might as well go this way then. Jeez. Characters like, Super 17, Ultimate Shenron, and, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta from Shenron, or is that in Xenoverse 2? It's been a while since look, the first time I played Xenoverse 2. The first time I played Xenoverse 2, this game was called, or this channel was called Matcraft.derp. It wasn't even called MatChat, so what does that tell you? I don't even think it was in the last season of Matcraft Blades. It might have been, though. That was the series that, what's the word? Predestined? Predecessed? It was the predecessor to First Impressions, so what did it predecessor? Preceded, that's the word. What is wrong with me? Predecessed. I don't know why we're fighting supervillain Janemba. That's kind of a Toa and Mira creation. That ain't on me. But Pan's not dying. It's not that we have to keep him above 50%. It's just that she can't die. So I think it's smart to take care of Janemba first, because usually they're overfighting each other. Although Janemba's not as much of a threat necessarily as Great Apes. I honestly don't find giant characters like Great Apes that big a deal. And when I say like Great Apes, I mean Great Apes and only Great Apes. There are no other giant characters in the game. Unless you count in raid battles. What? They brought back Super Demigra, but he's not really that big. And then Super Mira, who's also not very big at all. But like Hirudegarn's not in this game. They should have put Hirudegarn in the game. Honestly. Wow, Pan's not doing great. But it's fine, because once we beat Janemba after he Pycons us, I don't think Baby's going to be a big deal. Yeah, I don't find giant characters to be that bad. They should have put Hirudegarn in this game. At least in the DLC where they added Tapion. Because they did add Tapion in DLC, but, like, no Hirudegarn, so who cares? Like, can't even have an accurate parallel quest for that. Because Hirudegarn was in, like, Battle of Z, and everyone thought he'd be playable. He wasn't. Last time giant characters were playable was, oh shit. Great job, Pan. Okay, that's great. Do what you want. Okay. Glad you're targeted onto me. I think, yeah, it was Budokai Tenkaichi 3. There are tanks in that game, literally. And because Goku has this, we can just cheese this. Yeah, okay. Got a problem? Oh yeah, 10 times Kamehameha does 2 key bars. Sorry. I forgot. That's not the best way to tank this, but I mean, it's easy to. He's targeted onto Pan, which is arguably bad, but you know, it's fine. He's not targeted on. Oh, yes, he is. We could aim for the tail. We learned of this, because this isn't the first time we're fighting a Great Ape. Remember how we went from Great Ape, Vegeta, in Saiyan Saga, like, what was that, first episode? Second episode? To Great Ape Baby Vegeta. Still Vegeta, though. Remember how they just stopped using Great Apes entirely? I'm going to charge all the way since I'm not on a time constraint. They just stopped using Great Apes entirely. I'm kind of glad GT brought them back. Yeah, the only giants, they have a giant Bardock, who I think we're going to see. They have giant Vegeta and Nappa. Nappa was a new construct for this game. Story mode. That's one of the time corruptions. That was really cool. We have both of them here, speaking up. Well, there you go. He has white health. That's above 2 green bars. That's why it's a Great Ape Fest. It's a big ol' festival. And Jacko's fine. I don't know why Jacko's here. Maybe he's just trying to correct. He came to Earth in Saiyan Saga to try to correct his failure. Because in the Jack of the Galactic Patrolman manga, we learned that oh, they're both targeted onto me. That's great. We learned that Jacko was actually sent to Earth to intercept Goku's space pod coming to Earth. because he's a Saiyan and it was supposed to wipe them all out. If not for Goku's memory loss, that would have been a big oof on his part, because he didn't actually fulfill that mission. It's really funny. So maybe he came because he's like, oh no, more Saiyans are coming to Earth. Better damage control. So I'd say I hate that we can't actually damage them. Like this, but we can. Great Ape Nappa has significantly less health. Yeah, Great Ape Nappa is he's in the some of the Budokai Tenkaichi games. They put him in this game. Budokai Tenkaichi games also have like Great Ape Raditz, Great Ape Turles even, and Turles is in this game, so there's that. Speaking of, oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, movie villains. They added Turles and Lord Slug to this game. They were not in They added a lot of movie games, like movie villains. Games? What am I talking about? Like your boy Janemba. Yeah, for the sake of making this game's story mode more unique than Xenoverse 1. Because again, you have to go through all the main story, main time bits of... all the main time bits of Dragon Ball. Stop. That's fine, you know, honestly, I don't care. Because the only characters in, the only movie characters in Xenoverse 1 were, hey boy, Bardock and Broly, who got their own saga. And now they added this, they added, Future Gohan, who's not, again, it's hard to count Future Gohan and Bardock as movie characters, because they were from the TV specials that are canon, or were canon. I guess Bardock's not canon anymore. Frick. I like Lord Slug's ultimate, but man, hate getting hit by it. It's a big animation. Man, if not for Bardock over there being a big old dude. Oh boy, you wanna go? You wanna go, Lord Slug? Talk about a forgotten character. Dr. Wheelo's not in this game. Let's talk about the movie villains that aren't in this game, and what games they are in. Garlic Jr., not in this game, but both his, oh gosh, his regular and transformed forms are in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and maybe he's in Budokai, I don't think he's in Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Maybe he's in Budokai Tenkaichi 2, though. No, I'm pretty sure he is, because I'm pretty sure that game and Budokai Tenkaichi 3 have story mode bits based on the Garlic Jr. saga, the filler saga in the anime. Let's heal just in case, because he's pulling shenanigans. Honestly, your boy's just being problematic. I don't remember what the Dragon Fist. Oh yeah, this is a thing I wanted to show when we got here. He has Super Dragon Fist as a super, and then no, I lost my key. Crap. That's such a... It's very easy to get trapped in that ultimate, man. Then he has Super Dragon, or regular Dragon Fist as a... We can't do that to a giant, so he's regular Dragon Fist as an ultimate. I'd say that's a bit more super. I'd say that's closer to what he does against Rudigarn, but they are different. I think the Super Dragon Fist is supposed to be what he does against, like, Ice Shenron, and then the Ultimate Dragon Fist, which is just called Dragon Fist. It's not called Ultimate Dragon Fist is a good name, though. Wow, that's a really good name. That's supposed to be like, you know, Super 17. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they have different pages on the Dragon Ball Wiki. And Super Kamehameha and regular Kamehameha do. Ow! Ow! Sorry, my arm just started cramping up. What the crap? It's not cramping up because I'm playing the video games. I swear. I swear, Dad. This is embarrassing. I shouldn't tell this story. So, when I was walking downstairs, this is really embarrassing. When I was walking downstairs to go record this, I slipped on the stairs. Didn't make it all the way down, so I'm fine, because I caught myself. But I just have sore bits now. The place where my arm started cramping was not what I thought was a sore bit, but I guess it is a sore bit. Maybe that is from the video gaming. Maybe I shouldn't have shared the story about my stair tumble. But yeah, I tumbled down the stairs. I didn't actually tumble. I didn't make a full rotation, so I'm fine. Hey, Bardock. Yeah, Goku can change angles, except the place where the Kamehameha makes contact, that's where the beams... What am I against? invisible wall. The place where the Kamehameha makes contact is where the beam stops. So if he's jumping when I like shoot it like he's about to be, yeah, it's not gonna move. It's gonna stay there. Go, Bardock. You're being very complicated. This isn't your episode. I'm not playing as you this episode. AIs aren't this smart to have learned my strategy. You need to chill. No, don't go again. Thank you. Does the game think that I don't know if the game thought that I picked him up by the tail. Maybe the last thing I attacked was his tail, so I don't know. Z rank? I feel like I don't deserve that, but guess I ended it with a lot of health, so man, it's a lot of capsules. Dang. And now we move on. We did the Super Saiyan 4. We're done. We're done with him. We're gonna move on to the supervillain we beat. The supervillain boy we beat, who's actually in the parallel quest directly after. We're gonna go to 81. Wake up. Now, this is a weird one. Something's wrong with the fighters. Fight them and bring them to their senses. This one's implied to be Toa and Mira causing time shenanigans. My arm really hurts, and I don't know why. Causing time shenanigans. It's not even like my bicep hurt. It's like my forearm. You know, like right. It's not even like right where my elbow is, where my main vein is. My main vein. Is that the scientific term? It's just my forearm, dude. Like my inner? Is that what you call like where the side where your vein is? Inner forearm? Okay, whatever. It's supposed to be like Toa and Mira like possessing these fighters, and so like we're gonna start off by fighting Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, and the first one that we beat is actually gonna join our side, but it's the only one I could find where we're fighting Gogeta, like Super Gogeta, and like nobody else. He doesn't have a halo because he's not dead, because there's a dead Gogeta. Sorry, there's a Halo Gogeta and a Super Gogeta. Not actually based in how he looks in Broly though, because remember he has the orange, not the yellow. So there's that. Anyways, but if we beat it in 8 minutes, we have to defeat Gogeta again. I guess he's just gonna come back. So, like in most cases, I have confidence in beating the mission. I don't have confidence in beating it in under 8 minutes. And yes, 8 minutes is more than 5. You heard it right. So we're gonna have our boy Supervillain Janemba. No, we're gonna have. What's the difference in moveset? Because I know he still has Dimension Ray, because we got hit by it last round. Really? He still has Rakshasa's Claw and Dimensional Hole. Darkness Mixer is actually just a darkness version of Charge. That's kind of the same. The only difference is Sledgehammer and Rage Saucer, and supervillains don't have Super Souls. That's interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. So we're gonna have him, and then he's not really allied with anybody, but let's think of some prominent characters from Fusion Reborn. Obviously, who were revived, Frieza, who has his tail, so he's gonna be Final Form 1. And then nobody else really has appears clearly. Like, we could use Cell, because like remember in the Super 17 saga, which we've already established rips off Fusion Reborn, Frieza and Cell teamed up to fight Goku in Hell. But I actually don't want to do that. In fact, I want to go this way. I want to do one of these DLC boys. Not Super Baby 2, because he didn't exist yet. Because some of the DLC boys, like Bootanks, Deborah, they just added characters they didn't have. Tapion, Android 13 is one. And a lot of characters make cameos in Fusion Reborn. I want to use Bojack, because he has a cameo, and some of his men have cameos. And well, I could just use like one of Frieza's men, like Dodoria, or doesn't Ginyu show up? I think there's actually an error. It's either in Fusion Reborn or Super 17 Saga. One of them remembers that Ginyu is a frog and still technically alive. The other one shows him with the returning dead people from Hell. Anyway, but we're gonna use Bojack. Bojack doesn't actually get a chance to shine in Fusion Reborn. And Android 13 is not even in it, I think. So he doesn't really get a chance to shine in Dragon Ball Month because of Fighters. He's not in Fighters, and neither is Neither is 13, so, you know, we're going to take out Gohan first. Frieza fought Gohan. I mean, don't know what just came over me. Frieza fought Great Saiyan Man, who is voiced by the same guy as Gohan, Kyle Hebert. So, you know, it's kind of appropriate that we have Frieza, even though Frieza's not helping us take out Gohan. Frieza can get his revenge on Trunks. You know, let's just pretend they're not evil. Let's, just so we can fight Gogeta, you know. Pikon's not in this game. They could have added Pikon as DLC. I actually would have been really down. I wanted to see Pikon. Some people wanted Pikon for fighters. Even if they do a Season 3, it's certainly not going to happen. If not only because he's a filler character. Then again, filler characters have become canon before, like Gregory. You know Gregory from... I've probably talked about this in hundreds of videos by now. You know Gregory, the little cricket boy from who lives with King Kai on his planet that shouldn't have been wished back? Filler character. Made exclusively for the anime to pan out. There's a lot of filler in the training for the Saiyans. Filler character that's so prominent that they had to leave him in Kai. Like some of the filler they left in Kai, like Ginyu taking over Bulma's body on Namek. Yes, that happens. Huh. Actually, Goku and Vegeta aren't possessed by Toa and Mira. Vegeta and Goku just show up and want to fight. Isn't that a thing? That's funny. It's kind of like in the mission where you're fighting Frieza on Namek, that parallel quest. Oh, they add Cooler to this game as a movie one. Oh yeah, let's keep going through the movie villains who are and aren't in this game. Get up. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't have stamina. In the one where you're fighting Frieza and Cooler on Namek, after you beat them, Goku just shows up and is like, "Oh, you beat Frieza? I guess there's some time before the planet blows up. Fight me. I want to fight the dude who fought Frieza." It's so silly. I guess it's no different than when Cell was like, "Let me fight the warriors who defeated Goku." On that one we did with Android 18, with our boy, teaming up with our boy 16. Uh-oh, that's a yikes. Let's wait for Frieza to die. Or let's not. Yeah, let's wait for Frieza to die for Bojack or Gohan to bring him back. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure Gohan is actually... CPUs do sometimes... They're capable of bringing back your allies. They just can't be brought back. So once Gohan's dead, he's dead for good. Luckily, that's not the finish condition. We're going to do this well... Well, no, because we have to fight... I was going to say we're going to do this well under 8 minutes, but then I remembered we have to fight Gogeta too, so maybe not. I'm not even facing him, because he trying to combo into that is a problem, because he's not facing me. So, yeah, so, Garlic Jr.'s in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Wheelo is in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I think that's it. Like, I'm sure they appear in, like, maybe, I'm sure they maybe appear in... Well, I know the Garlic Jr. saga is covered in Legacy of Goku 2. I'm talking fighting games, though. I'm pretty sure Wheelo might be in Legacy of Goku 1. I'm honestly not sure. Are they talking to Gohan as they were retreating? I guess they somehow targeted onto Gohan in like the frame before they left. I kind of like that Vegeta had dialogue with Gohan. Anyways, let's do this as if Gogeta wasn't dead in Fusion Reborn. That's how it goes. And there's the Gur. His response to that. That's a good time. I hope we get to fight. Hope we get to see when we play as Blue Gogeta. I hope we get to see the dialogue between that'd be so cool. The dialogue, the dramatic finish of Gogeta on Janemba, where he just disrespects him by dropping Super Saiyan Blue, dropping to Super Saiyan 1. It's so funny. Because, I mean, he's supposed to be Super Saiyan 1. It's the scene where he kills Janemba, you know? So I was gonna say, I hope we got that when we play as Janemba tomorrow. But that's not how it works. The loser can't get a dramatic finish with the winner. No. There's very few cases. In fact, I think Nappa and Yamcha might be the only case where they can both get dramatic finishes against each other. I haven't used an item. I suppose supposedly Hypothetically, we didn't really need to. I just wanted to be safe because Frieza and Bojack were both kind of low. Not super low. I just realized I was going to wait for Bojack to revive Frieza and then get a little bit lower. I thought I was playing as Gogeta for a sec. I zoned out. Anyways, Turla is obviously done in lots of games. Lord Slug, not... Is Lord Slug in Raging Blast 2? I don't think he is. I think he's in this and the Budokai Tenkaichi games. At least 2 and 3. 2 or 3, I should say. No, 2 and 3 for sure. Which is interesting, I think in the Budokai Tenkaichi games he has like that purple headpiece, but he's capable of turning giant in that. They could have put giant Lord Slug in this, and they didn't. They did let your created characters turn into giant Namekians, but they don't have like giant Piccolo from the tournament, because they don't have much, if any, Dragon Ball content at all. Honestly, Xenoverse 2 has 0 content from original Dragon Ball. Because, and only because, and they totally should add some if they ever do, again, hypothetical Xenoverse 3 that they don't need, they should add some. Because, when they first added GT Goku as DLC in Xenoverse 1, one of his costumes used, like, couldn't go Super Saiyan, and it used the Power Pole, and had ultimates that, like, I think only, like, Super Kamehameha and stuff, and it was supposed to represent, like, actual Kid Goku from original Dragon Ball. And we have 2 minutes to spare. You didn't hear that. We have 2 minutes to spare, at least. Yes, oh, Gohan's finally dead, jeez. Yeah, there we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and it was supposed to be, like, Kid Goku from original Dragon Ball. Even though he wouldn't have been in GT Goku's clothing, except in the movie Path to Power, which is one of the best Dragon Ball movies, frankly. I mean, I'd argue it's the best original Dragon Ball movie, although I count it as a GT movie because of when it was made. It was made post the only GT movie they did. Path to Power is a great movie. Honestly. They should have just remade original Dragon Ball instead of doing GT in the first place, but... You know, I get why they obviously didn't do that. Honestly, whenever we get a clip, because, like, when there's a flashbacks in Super to Dragon Ball Z, they just use clips from Dragon Ball Z Kai. But when there's flashbacks to, like, original Dragon Ball, they reanimate it. And I would love if they just remade Dragon Ball. That'd be dope as hell. Honestly, I would love the hell out of that. Anyways, yeah, they added Lord Slug to this game without his hat piece. I don't think he has it in any part of the game at all, or any cutscene. Interesting. I think this makes it the only game. I'm pretty sure he's not playable in Raging Blast 2, but I could be wrong about that. Who's after him? Cooler. Yes. Because there's no false Super Saiyan in this, despite having Lord Slug, you know? But who really needs false Super Saiyan? When we have Super Saiyan God, who looks exactly the same. That's not true. You really can't break his stamina while he's doing that. Cooler, they added Cooler. First form and final form Cooler. I'm sorry, fourth form and final form, I should say. Cooler's Armored Squadron are all in, Sauza is in a few games. Sauza's in the Budokai Tenkaichi games. The rest of Dore and Nezu, I think are their names, are in Raging Blast 2. And Raging Blast 2 is like the only games they're in. But Cooler's in, like, tons of games. Most games, but not Xenoverse 1. Sure enough, because, again, only movie characters they had were Broly and Bardock. Then, Meta Cooler, in as many games as Cooler's in, including this one. And he has the super villain form in this one. Oh, wait, no, there is actually a giant... I think there's a giant Metal Cooler fight in this game. Am I wrong? Am I stupid when I say that? I think I'm pretty sure there's a giant Metal Cooler from the end of the movie, and the only other game that's been in is Ultimate Tenkaichi as part of that game's story mode. But we all know how that game's giant battles were. Or maybe I'm thinking of Battle of Z, but I can't see why it would be. I mean, why would I ever be thinking of Battle of Z? Other than the sake of remembering stuff. I don't think Turles was in Battle of Z, neither Lord Slug, but I'm pretty sure Cooler was. There were a few movie characters in Battle of Z. It's hard to remember. I did flush out a lot of that game from my memory, so you know. Android 13, also in most games, is in Raging Blast 2, along with Androids 14 and 15, I believe they're called. And Super Android 13 is in as many games as, you know, this is something I want to complain about, in case I didn't have enough stuff, is in as many things as, oh my gosh, I don't even know the ultimate finish conditions for this one. Let's finish my thought. Super 13 is in as many games as 13 is in, but neither BoJack nor Android 13, when they were added in this game as DLC, neither of them were given their super forms. And I find that really weird. Because honestly, dare I say, I associate their super forms with their looks, with their character, as much as I associate them with it. And like, I guess since the proportions are so weird, they would have to be separate characters. And they just didn't want to do that. But it's just really weird that they're not in the game, you know? Anyways, we're on Parallel Quest 89, Super Ultimate Series of Battles. I gotta say, I wish I didn't choose this one, but it has them in roughly their Buu Saga appearance, which is how they are in Fighters, and it ends on the Sacred World of the Kais, which is where the end of the Dragon Ball FighterZ story mode takes place, so that's a yikes. I consider this, it's for certain, including DLC, the hardest mission in Xenoverse 1. It's carried over, but they added some characters that weren't in Xenoverse 1 to this one, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm thinking of another one. Warriors are appearing one after another. Defeat them all in this series of battles. This is the hardest mission in Xenoverse 1. And I stand by that. I'd say it's one of the hardest in this. I think in Xenoverse 1, the first time I beat it, I think I beat it with 1 second left on the timer. It takes that long because there's so many characters. And they added even more in Xenoverse 2. But of course, since physics are better and there's less super armor in Xenoverse 2, it might not be as bad, but we're doing it with Android 21, who is the most recent character in this game, and the most recent, possibly last DLC pack, the Ultra Pack 2. Let's do it. I could have done a much later one where we're fighting against an evil version of Android 21, because she like splits off, and that's also on Sacred World of the Kais. So it'd be like good Android 21 versus evil Android 21. But both of them die at the end of Fighters, so that wouldn't be canon. So we're doing this one. Yep, very last character in the game. Oh, also, I made Neko Majin. I haven't put him in any actual clothing. I'm sorry I showed you that. I never actually played him, that's why he's level 1. So, Android 21, let's do it. And I think I put him? Are you kidding me? I think I put her with Android 16 for obvious reasons. Only has one outfit. And I also wrote down Android 17 because we're actually going to be fighting against Android 18 as part of this. But we're not going to be fighting against 17 or 16 because they weren't. Well, 17 was alive, but he wasn't really around the time of Buu Saga. So you're just fighting a whole bunch of Buu Saga people. I don't know. What would he have in Fighters? Because remember, she recruits, in the last story mode, she recruits 16 and 18, who has 17 as an assist. So he might as well. Yeah, okay. Broly literally in every game. Including Xenoverse 1. Surprise, surprise there. BoJack added to this game as DLC. In most games he's in, he has the super form. His men are never actually playable, even in Raging Blast 2. Only Zangia is ever playable. She's playable in the Budokai Tenkaichi games and the Raging Blast games. I think both of them. I could be wrong about that. That's a yikes. That's a yikes. That's a yikes. So yeah, we gotta defeat people fast. I don't even know. I think it might be defeat them in 10 minutes, but that seems darn near impossible for me. But the fact that I can't even see the ultimate finish condition means that I haven't seen, I've never done it before. Oh, oops. Yeah, can I just land that? Wow. It's not because I don't have stamina. Cool. She had some dialogue against Yamcha, but we didn't get to see it. Oh, I was in there. Okay. And then 18 shows up. She has dialogue against 18 that we can see. Oh, okay, but Piccolo seems to be... Piccolo wants us, so... Can we land that once, please? Gosh. Android 16, save 17. Drifting. Fool, let's fight Piccolo first. He's lowest. Land that. Land that attack. I'm gonna keep doing it until it lands. I don't see why 16's not alive yet when nobody's targeting 17. Are we already gonna have to... 17! What are you doing? Are we really already gonna have to revive somebody ourselves? Oh, that's foreboding. That's really foreboding. If we can at least get to the Land of the Kais, I'll consider it a win, just because, I mean, she dies there anyway. So, oh, 16's alive! 16 did get revived. Okay, sorry. Oh, 18's talking to 16. That's cool. Let's use that. We can use Appetizing Rush. I actually don't know the trigger for Oh my gosh, we haven't landed a single one of her ultimates! And that's the fastest way to do damage, and we have no time. We do not have enough time on this mission. No. Establish distance. We never did with 18's Destructo Discs. Her dual Destructo Discs. I don't remember what. Yes, we did it. That's it. That's the move. It does so much. And then she fires at this. Oh, it's good. It's good. Oh, they're over here. Oh, it's like, I beg your pardon. Can we get that dialogue? If she would target it onto us, we would.
I didn't expect you to get this far.
I don't think so, though. With Appetizing Rush, it's something like, either after you have to use Savory Slicer first, I think. That may not be accurate, though, because I'm pretty sure we just now had it. Oh, she doesn't have a charge. Wow. I'm pretty sure we just were able to do Appetizing Rush, and we're able to do it now. We did use Savory Slicer, but it's also a certain number of key. It might be like 4. 3 or 4. 3 is standard. You can do the other one with 3, so yeah, it's kind of broken. I guess maybe that's why it's so hard to land, because it's just kind of a rush forward. You know, they can take care of Hercule, honestly. I've got Videl. I've got, and we might reenact this tomorrow. You're gonna have to wait and see. There's her ultimate. No, that's not our job. That's not... D-target... Oh, he used his ultimate! I was like, why can't we D-target Hercule? That wasn't drifting. We couldn't D-target Hercule because that's his ultimate. I've never actually had, or at least not paid attention to having his ultimate done unto me, if that's what I want to say. I've never paid attention to having his ultimate done unto me, unless I got distracted and just assumed it was drifting. My controller was being weird. It targets everyone onto him. It's really unique and weird. And now we don't have that anymore. You know, I've heard a lot of people say it's interesting that they didn't put Majin Android 21 in this game. Considering because that's the playable one in Fighters. That it's more recognizable. And like, yes, it's more recognizable. Personally, when this character was revealed, I always liked her base design first, and was disappointed when I heard this is the form she's playable in. That's a yikes. Okay, wow. Vegeta... Have I expressed how much I hate Vegeta CPUs? So we have 2 Trunks now, and Vegeta. Oh, and here's where they add one. Future Gohan. Not in Xenoverse 1, and so they add him here. Broly's Second Coming was the next one, next movie. He has costumes that make him more... Okay, you know, you want to go, Future Trunks? Fine. There's another android you missed. Be surprised. You're not even in the story mode of Fighters. Freaking loser. Really close to the ground for that. Wow. Yeah, it does so much! It does so much! Okay, yeah, I don't... We need to have a really good combo of characters. And also, she doesn't have a, That's actually a pretty good move. Till detonation ball if it lands. Yeah. What was I saying? I completely lost my thought of train. Yeah, doing this in 10 minutes, if we had actual people and the right characters, we could definitely do it. Wow, they all went down real fast after that point. Yeah, I mean, we're close. We just have Gohan. Yeah, that's the case where they added him in for this. So, Broly does have costumes based on Broly's Second Coming. There's some parallel quests, because this location is based on Broly's Second Coming. Because you can see, like, the villages to the side, and obviously, like, Vidal's costumes from that movie. And there's some parallel quests where you're, like, trying to find the Dragon Balls, and also fighting Broly from Second Coming. But he actually, his specific costumes is kind of darker in that, and he doesn't have, like, the restraining necklaces. Even his regular Super Saiyan form, which isn't in this game. It's in, the Budokai Tenkaichi, and Budokai 3, I think, as well. His non-full, like, legendary Super Saiyan form, his just base Super Saiyan form, sometimes restrained with the blue hair. There was a blue-haired Super Saiyan that predated Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Wow. On to Land of the Kais. Should we use an item just preemptively since they're both really low? I think these guys actually tend to start with ultimates, and I hate that. Like, as soon as they all get close to me, they're all going to ultimate. Watch. It's going to happen. It always happens. Maybe I delayed. Yeah, there it is. All at the same time. I told you that happens. I even tried to guard. It wasn't happening. I told you. Because they all start with infinite ki. It sucks. Did we hit multiple people with that? Wow. Maybe we will do it in 5 minutes. I've never done it in 10 minutes, sorry. I've never done it before. If it's 8 minutes, we're certainly not going to. Uh-oh. That got me through there. Although it didn't. Wasn't enough. I could be using Majin Kamehameha. Yeah, restrained Super Saiyan form, and then without the restraining, it's yellow again. Not blue-haired. That form's not in Xenoverse 1 or 2. Neither is Paragus. Paragus has never been playable as far as I know. But if he's kind of darker in his legendary Super Saiyan form in Broly's Second Coming. That costume is his alternate in Budokai Tenkaichi, and I think Raging Blast, but I could be wrong about that. It's not in this game. I think he only has one costume in this game, maybe, other than maybe like Dark Form or Super Villain. That might just be in Xenoverse 1, though. I'm pretty sure there's a Super Villain Broly in this. There is. We just looked at him. He didn't have a Super Soul. But maybe not a Dark Form, necessarily. Again, not many Dark Forms, except maybe Hercule. If we can take down Goten fast, we can, for the first time ever, doing it on camera, that's awesome. I'd like to thank the Academy. Get the Ultimate Finish conditions, I think. I could be wrong about what the Ultimate Finish conditions are, and I'm gonna need cooperation from 16 and 17 in order to do that. We did it. Oh no, we didn't do it because I forgot there's more. That's why I've never done it in 10 minutes, because there's more after this. This part sucks. This part sucks a lot of ass. I hate it. I hate it so much. Then he goes Super Saiyan 3. We're not doing it. We're so not doing it in 52 seconds. That's not happening. Okay, yeah, so is Bio Broly after that? Bio Broly, I think, is playable in, like, Heroes, but, I mean, who the hell is it? Everyone I've also listed, playable in Heroes, by the way. That's a given. I think it's just Goku. If we land this... Dialogue between Super Saiyan 3 Goku and, Android 16. Didn't expect to see it. Dude, we're so... If I can land this... We didn't. If I did, no, I still think the animation would have taken too long. We got close to seeing it. We got close to seeing, the ultimate finish. Wow. I think it's just people revive, too. I don't even think it's that much. It's that special. But I've never seen it. I've certainly never seen it in Xenoverse 1, because I told you I beat it in exactly 15 minutes. That's the full timer. I feel like if I was doing these with my created character, though, I probably could do it, but I never... I feel like it's boring because you have to do all of story mode with your creative character and all the DLC stuff. It's just boring. Let's get Appetizing Rush. We did it! We saw Appetizing Rush. It was kind of boring. I think there's more to it if you keep landing your hits, but, let's beat him with a Kamehameha. Oh, no. With a Majin Kamehameha, which she still has even though she's not in her Majin form. I like, it's kind of a unique touch. We didn't even get the final hit. Man, it's fine. Thanks, 16. Thanks for not blowing yourself up, 16. Yeah, I'm glad they put this version of her in this costume in Xenoverse 2. This is my preferred look of her. I really like her design. And Majin's kind of boring. Yeah, Bio Broly only playable in Heroes. I don't think I've ever seen another game where he's playable. I think there's events based on it in Boo's Fury, but also I'm only talking about fighting games here. Movies after that, I mean, Fusion Reborn, Janemba's in most games, but not Xenoverse 1. In, like, is he in? Because I know Gogeta is. He might be in Budokai 3. Fat Janemba is playable in the Budokai Tenkaichi games as a giant character. Never again, though. Although you can fight him as a giant battle in Ultimate Tenkaichi Story Mode, another bad giant fight. I don't think that's in Battle with Z, though, but I think Gogeta definitely is. And Janemba probably. They added Janemba to this game, wasn't in Xenoverse 1, was definitely in Raging Blast 2, but Raging Blast 2 did not have giant characters. I honestly can't speak for Raging Blast 1 at all, I've never played it. So there's that, and then there's Hirudegarn, playable in his final form, not his like skull-faced form. Playable in his final form in the Budokai Tenkaichi games, fightable against in Battle of Z and Ultimate Tenkaichi as a giant fight. Not in this game though, but Tapion's playable. Tapion's also playable in the Budokai Tenkaichi games. I don't think Budokai 3, I'm pretty sure not, but it's possible. And I also don't think in Raging Blast 2, but I could be wrong about that. I'm almost certain he's not playable in Raging Blast 2. Skull-faced Hirudegarn I don't think is in any game except maybe Heroes. I could also be wrong about that too. This has been fun. Oh, and then Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, but you already you got that. Because that came out right before Battle of Z. So it's in Battle of Z onwards. Okay. That's the end of that. I thought we'd have more trouble with that. We did beat it. We got stupid close to the ultimate finish conditions, but no cigar. I'm sorry. At least we didn't fail it, though. At least we didn't have as much trouble as we did with the Golden Frieza mission. Tomorrow, we'll be back in Dragon Ball FighterZ, doing a tournament with these characters with GT Goku to represent Super Saiyan 4, and we'll try to use his level 3 finish after somebody else dies, although we haven't had many people die in the tournaments. Janemba and Android 21 pairing up GT Goku and Janemba again. Oh boy, because you haven't seen that already. Anyways, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.